crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time, and these are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around your shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. The first thing I notice is that these guards don't move. Once they're in place, they stay there. I can tackle, sprint, or slide without adjusting them. You feel secure and locked in. My first impressions of the GOATS guards, honestly, super light and super clean. Straight away, you can tell they're built to move with you. No bulk, just sleek protection that actually feels pro. These guards don't move. The first thing I notice is that these guards don't move. Once they're in place, they stay there. I can tackle, sprint, or slide without adjusting them. You feel secure and locked in. No bulk, just sleek protection that actually feels pro. My first impressions of the GOATS guards, honestly, super light and super clean. Straight away, you can tell they're built to move with you. No bulk, just sleek protection that actually feels pro. These grips actually help you push off. It's like every bit of power goes straight through the ground. No slip, no wasted energy. You feel sharper, quicker, and more connected. It's a proper level up. I can't believe my GOATS pack has arrived. My first impression of the GOATS grips, honestly, clean design and a premium feel. Straight out of the pack, you can tell they're built different. Soft stretch and solid grip panels. They just feel like performance gear, not regular socks. These grips actually help you push off. These grips actually help you push off. It's like every bit of power goes straight through the ground. No slip, no wasted energy. You feel sharper, quicker, and more connected. It's a proper level up. Straight out of the pack, you can tell they're built different. I can't believe my GOATS pack has arrived. My first impression of the GOAT's grips, honestly, clean design and a premium feel. Straight out of the pack, you can tell they're built different. Soft stretch and solid grip panels. They just feel like performance gear, not regular socks. These grips actually help you push off. These grips actually help you push off. It's like every bit of power goes straight to the ground. No slip, no wasted energy. You feel sharper, quicker, and more connected. It's a proper level up. I can't believe my GOAT's pack has arrived. My first impression of the GOAT's grips, honestly, clean design and a premium feel. Straight out of the pack, you can tell they're built different. Soft stretch and solid grip panels. They just feel like performance gear, not regular socks. These grips actually help you push off. It's like every bit of power goes straight to the ground. No slip, no wasted energy. You feel sharper, quicker, and more connected. It's a proper level up. No bulk, just sleek protection that actually feels pro. My first impressions of...
Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. We are super pumped to be here with another live coaching call. As ever guys, this call's for players, volunteer coaches, technical directors, anyone who's involved in the football or soccer landscape. We've got a great call to go through with you today, and we did put up some topics on our school platform a little bit earlier on today, and I'm going to go straight across into that screen as we get straight into it. I hope everyone's well, and a big thank you for joining us. We've got quite a few viewers online already. And as ever, if you're not a subscriber on the YouTube channel, you need to be subscribed if you wish to ask questions and drop any feedback into the chat. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to drop in any questions as well. So without further ado, guys, I will get us across to our screen that we need to go across to with the magic of the internet. So a couple of things. We got a little bit of exciting news to go through with you. We're going to save probably the exciting news until the end of the call, just before we wrap up tonight, or in the morning, wherever you are around the world. It is 6:30 p.m. here in Brisbane in Australia. I know in the UK and Europe it is the morning time there, quite early on, around 8:30. And then it's even earlier if you are in the USA. Now, we did do an amazing podcast earlier on in the week with my friend Lauren Lewis, and it's all about habits, burnout, journaling, and building self-trust. This is a great one for our athletes if you want to get better at utilising your football blueprint and actually getting more value out of the football blueprint. So all you need to do on this one, guys, it is being dropped into the podcasts. You can go to the YouTube channel and watch it. You can actually connect into our school platform like you see in here. And it goes for about 28 minutes. And I think you guys will enjoy this one. There's some top tips which are going to be super, super helpful to help you with journaling and with habits and to avoid burnout. We did also drop in the school community a little bit earlier on today. We dropped in a little bit what was going to be happening in tonight's call. So first one we're going to have a little look at is how to generate maximum power. Then we're going to have a little look at how to defend like a pro. And then we're going to finish off with decision making like a pro and attacking space. Now what we are going to do is we're going to show you two very short videos to begin with. Pens and paper at the ready, notepads, recording your devices. I want you to make as many notes as you can from these two videos. I'm then going to discuss it. We're going to whiteboard it a little bit. Then we will go to our first break where we'll give everyone an opportunity to very quickly grab a quick drink, toilet break, and then we'll be back on within 2 minutes. So without further ado, guys, we're going to head straight across into how to generate maximum power. And these videos are already done and they are already inside the school platform, and it's video 1 and video 3. So I'll show you guys how we can find these, and hopefully we can do a little bit of cheating and we can get across this way. So what we need you to do is, when you go into Classroom, and when you're in Classroom, if you go to the dugout number 10, and then if you go to in here, you'll notice that we've got a heap of subheadings. We want you to go to raise tips, and we're going to play video 1 and then video 3. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice, and I'm going to try and help you improve that test score. Now, a couple of the tips I can give you: if you strike the ball low and hard and central, you're going to get more power on the ball. Okay. So in the future, when you're playing a game of football, if you're one-on-one with a goalkeeper, do you want to kick it with height or do you want to keep it low?
Keep it low.
Why do we want to keep it low? It's the right answer.
So it has more power? So
it's got more power, because the more power the ball's got, we want to beat that player. Now, this is what I want you to do. You're going to go up and give it one more go for me, and you're going to go low, hard and central, okay? Yep. Let's see if you can beat your score of 63. Okay. Off you go. Now, I just gave you one tip, and you went from 63 to 73. What was the tip that I gave you?
Strike it low, hard and central.
Is that one of the best tips ever? High five, well done. Awesome. Okay, so that was video 1. We'll show you video 3, and we'll let you have a little look at this one. Just stand there for us, mate. So, Sebastian, we've just done our Ronaldo test. Now, firstly, do you know who Cristiano Ronaldo is? Of course. Who does he play for? And who did he play for?
He played for Man United,
Man United,
Real Madrid, Juventus, and now he plays for Al Nassr.
And what country does he play for?
Oh, he plays for Portugal.
He plays for Portugal, and he's coached by my friend Roberto Martinez. So if you actually have a little look at this picture on the screen, that's me and Roberto Martinez. You're not going to be able to see it, but people who are watching this will be able to see it. Now, what do you think we're testing for when we're doing the Ronaldo test?
Power.
Power, yes. So striking the ball. Also, what do you think it's teaching us as well in there? Have a guess.
Teaching us how to strike powerfully.
How to strike powerfully, and also the direction of your strike as well. Now, I'm going to give you a secret to the Premier League. Is that okay? Yeah. Now, one of the secrets to the Premier League is that when you strike the ball, if you strike the ball low and hard, your strike's going to have more power. If you strike it and you get any height, you actually get less power.
That makes sense.
It does. Now, not everyone knows that though, because a lot of people, when they strike the ball, they lean back. And when you lean back and strike the ball, where does it goes high. So what I want you to do is, when you strike it again, I'm going to give you one more go. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And when I give you one more go, I want you to strike it low and hard, but central. Now, when you strike it low and hard and central, what was your top score you got before? 70?
72.
I think it was 72, okay? I bet you if you strike it low and hard, and we're going to film it, and we're going to see you beat your score. Is that a deal? I'm going to take your microphone off just while we do it. Jamie, we're just going to go one more. He's going to do it again. And he's going to beat 72. Watch this. We'll get the score. Come in. I'm just going to put your microphone back on. Now, you originally, on your first score, you actually got 70. It wasn't 72. I just gave you, come this way, Sebastian. I just gave you a tip. And I said, just by striking it lower and harder, you're going to get a faster score. What was your score?
73.
So with just one little bit of advice, I got you to strike a ball 3 kilometers quicker. Now, imagine if you practice that over time, your speed's going to go up 10, 15 Ks. Now, when you're striking the ball against the goalkeeper in a game, if you can strike it 20 kilometers faster, is it more likely to go in the back of the goal?
Of course, because the keeper has less time to react.
High five, mate. So, the first thing we wanted to speak on about tonight's call was actually helping players actually having a purpose when they're practicing a particular skill. it amazes me at all different places around the world, not just in the USA or Australia or New Zealand or Europe, but there's no real direction when we're practicing shooting. And what you'll see coaches set up amazing drills where the player will do a 1-2, they'll move into space, and then they'll strike the ball. But the shots are going all over the place, over the bar, wide. Some are going in, some are being saved by the goalkeeper. But what you've got to always look at is, what is the whole point of the practice? And the whole point of most practices when we're talking about shooting is to actually get shots on target or shots on goal, okay? So I thought those two videos are super important. When you think about when you're practicing in an environment where maybe you're on your own, or maybe you're working with a mum or a dad or a friend or a sibling. So when we're thinking about, like we explained in the school platform, the whole first part of this talk is how to generate maximum power on your shots. And how do we generate maximum power? So I can guarantee, if we're talking about max power, at no point can the ball leave the ground and be your maximum power, which basically means the most power you can generate. Any player on the planet, they can strike it low, high, to the middle of the goal, to the left, to the right, but no one will ever beat their own score for driving the ball. And we'll just draw it a little goal. Okay, so imagine this is our goal. If you drill the ball anywhere low and hard, so let's imagine this is the bottom part of the goal. Okay, if you drill the ball low and hard to this bottom section anywhere, central, left or right, that will be your hardest maximum power you can generate. So to do this, you've got to make sure we strike the ball low. We got to make sure we strike it hard. Now, how do we generate it to be hard? We strike it with the instep, or you can strike it with your laces, okay? So there's a couple of ways you can do it. Now, we spoke about visualization, okay? And visualization is really important. Now, what we used to do when I worked back in the UK and in the Premier League, we would get players to sit down during a water break, close their eyes. We want you to visualise now for the next couple of minutes, you striking the ball low and hard and hitting it with that much power. Even if you get it close to the goalkeeper, it's still going to go in, because there's that much power in the ball. The goalkeeper's not going to be able to react in time to get it. So this is a big, big part. And then what we want you to do is put into your practice, okay? So whether you're being coached or you're not being coached, but it should always be, when I'm striking the ball, I'm going to pick a spot, and that spot might be, I'll take this line out a little bit here, but the spot might be that we're going to look for. So if this is our goal, I'm going to go left, low and hard, and I'm going to go there 10 times, okay? Then you might go right, I'm going to go central 10 times, low and hard, and then you might go right corner 10 times, low and hard. Now what this is called, and this is where you go from being a basic player to a world-class player. And it's called intentional practice. Now, for me, what I would do is, if I was a coach in anywhere around the world with a team, You might have a drill set up where there's the ball, you're the attacker here, and you've got a teammate there. You might play a ball in to your teammate. You make a run yourself in this direction, and then your teammate's setting the ball back to you for you to get a shot away. Now what I would do is, as a coach, I would run this drill with my players for 3 to 5 minutes. Then I would pull half of the players aside and go, right, I want you to work on this section now. No goalkeepers, and you might have 2 goals set up, and that's where you're working on your intentional practice. 10 strikes of the balls low and hard into the left corner, 10 strikes of the balls low and central, 10 strikes of the ball low and hard to the right, okay? Then what you would do, you would swap your players over, so then you'd send your players from, say, section 1 over to section 2, and they would rotate. And then you do that for another 10 minutes, and then you give them a break, and then you would go back to doing more visualization. And what are they visualizing? They're visualizing not this bit here, not this bit here, but this bit here, where they're striking the ball into different parts of the net. And in that visualization, don't just say to them, I want you to practice striking the ball with power, okay? You've actually got to build that visualization for them. So think about the things that you're saying to them. The first thing is, pick your spot. Where are you going to look to hit? So you've already worked out that the goalkeeper is right-handed and he's very strong, or she's very strong at going to the right side. So for me as a striker, I would be going, I'm going to intentionally pick the goalkeeper's left side, which is my right side. Okay, which is this section here. So the visualizing, doing that over and over again in the head, striking the ball low and hard, the visualizing the noise of the ball leaving the boot, the visualizing the ball going into the goal, the visualizing watching the ball going into the corner of the net, the listening to the noise of the ball as it hits the net, the rustling of the net, and then maybe teammates and fans cheering as you've scored the goal, okay? That is a visualization. Not just saying, oh, sit down, close your eyes and imagine you're striking the ball hard, okay? So make sure you follow this process, okay? Now again, you might be just working on your own and you don't have teammates to do section 2, this part. That's okay. You can definitely set up section 1 quite easy on your own, and you can practice that, and you can practice when it's really important what we discovered with the visualization. It gives your body a rest as well physically. So what you could do is you could set this up, do 3 to 5 minutes of visualization, then 3 to 5 minutes of striking the ball, and keep rotating. And you could do that 3 to 4 times over. And this is a proven method that to get maximum power, you've got to go low and hard, in step or with your laces. You've got to visualize beforehand, visualize when you're about to do it, and work on it being an intentional practice. I hope you guys enjoyed that one on adding maximum power into your shots. And as ever, this will be cut up and we'll clip this one up for you as well for our socials. So maximum power is the focus, low and hard, in step or laces, and visualization is the key to making this successful. Then, to finish off, when you go into a game, you're trying to force your players, or you as a player, into making a decision as early as possible of what you're going to do when you're in this situation. And if you make your decision early, you're already visualizing it in your brain, and it's quite uncanny how your body and muscles will start to react, because it will already be used to the practice of visualization, and it will know what muscles you need to fire to hit that ball low and hard. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to hop back out. I'll come back into our live screen. I'll just hop back onto the screen here. We are going to go for a very, very quick break, and when we get back, we will have a look at our next section on those topics that we were going to cover today. But for the next 2 minutes, if you need to get a quick drink, run the bathroom, get some more paper and pen, because you've got loads more notes to take on the next one. I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
You don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Goats grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch the Goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time. In these, are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around your shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match.
Hi everyone, welcome back. So hopefully you enjoyed that first section. Did you learn anything from that one? Did you learn anything new? Was there one bit in there that you learned that maybe you didn't know? Maybe around the visualization, maybe the amount of detail that you need to go in. If you did, drop it in the comments below and let me know in the YouTube comments what it was you actually learned in there, and if it was one thing or everything was new to you, and did you enjoy that as well? That'll be really good. So if you give us a bit of a thumbs up if you liked it, and give us that little area that you enjoyed the most. Now we are going to hop back in and we're going to get to our next section. So we are flying through really great today. It's good to see so many of us online as well. So next one we're going to have a look at is how to defend like a pro. We're going to look at DDR and explain what DDR is, and most of us know what this is now. And we're going to look at position and timing and reading the game. So again, what we're going to do is we will drop back into this screen and we will play video 2. And again, remember it's in the dugout, raised tips, and then video 2. One of our other big secrets in the Premier League is something called D, D, and R. Whether you're an attacker, a defender, a goalkeeper, it's really important for everyone. It stands for delay, deny, and restrict. The first thing that we're trying to do is delay the players, slowing them up. So if we can delay a player in a game by 2 or 3 seconds, it enables us to get 5 or 6 teammates behind. Once we've got a numerical advantage, we're winning, okay? The other thing that we're looking to deny them is deny them space. Not space in behind, but space in front of me as the defender. And again, whether you're an attacker, a midfielder, or a defender, we want to deny them coming into this space towards me. The final thing that we work on is the letter R, which is restrict. We just want to restrict them from getting into that space behind us. If they eventually beat us and get in behind us, if I can delay them and deny them in that 2 to 3 second period, we've got 5 or 6 players who've recovered behind us. And guys, this attributes to about 10 to 15% if you're going to be successful on a game day. So we talk about the 1%ers. This is a 10%er. Why wouldn't you use it? You'd be bonkers not to. So hopefully you enjoyed that little short video, and we're going to do a little bit of a whiteboard session again on this one, and we'll have a little look. So what we've got on here is obviously we've just spoken about the DDR, so delay, deny, and restrict. And remember, we're trying to delay them time, we're trying to deny them space, and we're trying to restrict them from getting in behind. Now, if we think about defending, this is one of the big things that for many years used to really blow my mind, was that players would work on defense only if they were defenders, like central defender, or so if they play as a central defender or a fullback or a goalkeeper. And these were the only players that would ever work on defensive duties and defend and work. And it used to amaze me, especially when I worked in the US and in Australia. You'd see coaches coaching and they would take away just the defenders and the goalkeeper to work on defending. And it's like you're making the biggest mistake. You've got to remember, okay? And it was the best analogy that I ever learned as a young coach when I was 16 and 17. The first line of defense is our attackers. And I'll explain in a minute what I mean by this. And our first line of attack is our defenders and goalkeepers. So quite simply, when we lose a ball, 9 times out of 10, it ends up with the opposing team's goalkeeper or defenders. So if we don't teach defensive principles to our attackers and our team, we're just going to allow the opposition to play through the thirds really easy against us. So it's super important that when we think about something like DDR, delay, deny, restrict, it needs to be taught to every player no matter the position on the pitch. And more so for me, the most important group of players to teach defending to is actually your attackers, because they're our first line of defence. If our attackers know how to defend properly, then it's going to limit the amount of times we have to defend in our own half or in our own box. And it's exactly the same. The first line of attack all comes down to teaching our goalkeepers and defenders on how to break out and transition from not having the ball to having the ball, but helping set up and create attacks. So when we talk about DDR, delay, we're going to delay the opposing team and take time away. We want to deny them space. We don't want them to get into any spaces, and we do this by slowing them down. And we restrict them from getting in behind us. And I'll give you a very quick diagram on the delay, deny, restrict on how we do this. And I'll show you it on the top half of this pitch. So let's imagine we are shooting in this direction, okay? The opposing team has just got the ball and the goalkeeper has thrown the ball out really quick to the opposing team's left back. And this is my position here. Now what we don't want to do is, we don't want to go really touch tight to here. We don't want to go that touch tight there. We want to keep at least always a 2 meter distance. So what we need to set up when we're talking about DDR is a 2 meter distance. So that's the first thing. Now, by having a 2 meter distance, what that's going to do is that is going to delay them, because they're not going to try and risk getting past us because of the 2 meter distance. So it's going to delay them. The next thing is we're going to deny them space, and we're going to deny them space because if they move towards us in this situation, if they move in this direction with the ball, we keep coming with them, but we maintain this bit here, the 2 meter distance. So we're not jumping in, we're not trying to win the ball, we're just keeping that 2 meter distance. And what that's going to do is it's going to restrict them from attacking us too fast and too quick. And by that time, the big thing that we look for is our numerical advantage. And remember how we defend. We don't defend by trying to win the ball as quick as we can. That's baloney. This was this myth that used to go around about Barcelona under Pep Guardiola and later after Pep Guardiola. they tried to win the ball back within 2 to 3 seconds of losing it. That's not quite true. The number one thing they had to do was, as quick as they lost it, was transition as many bodies as possible behind the ball to give them a numerical advantage. Once Barcelona were in an 8v7 in their favour or a 9v6 in their favour, then the nearest player to the ball could go and win it. So hopefully you enjoyed that one about DDR, delay, deny and restrict. And we've got one more quick short video that we're going to show you. But before we do that, we will tell you what it's all about. So decision making like a pro and attacking space. Video number 4. So again, if you're looking for this one, it's under the dugout, raised tips, and it is sectioned video number 4. I'm going to hit play on this one. I hope you enjoy it, and make sure you are making some notes because I'm going to ask you some questions on this one. I'm going to give you another Premier League secret, right? What do we think we're testing in here first before I explain what the secret is? What are we looking for in here? What's the one thing we're looking for? Speed with the ball, are we? Speed. So the aim of the game is to get up there and back there as fast as you can. So let's imagine in a game of football, we're saying you're attacking that space. So we're basically saying to you is, those orange cones, that's where maybe a defender is. But up until them orange cones, there's no defenders, okay? What's going to be faster, the ball or you? The ball. So if we're going from there to there and back, when you're going up, how many touches should you take? 4? Anyone think? 2 or 3? 1. You should take 1 touch. So your 1 touch should have been that and then get after it. By the time you've got to the cone, you'll meet the ball, you'll dribble around, and then how many more touches are you having on the way back? 1. 1 touch through, and then you sprint through. It's about attacking space. So if you're on a trial with me in England, and I'm at, say, Arsenal Football Club, okay? If I'm trialing you, in England, unfortunately, if you'd done that test, it'd be a big cross, because you don't understand how to attack space and how to be fast. Do you all know now how to attack space? Yeah. Also, with your head, should your head be down, dribbling, or where should your head be? Oh, okay. So I've just given you another secret. And this secret, again, attributes about 10% if you're going to make it as a player. Now, what positions on the pitch is this useful for? Wingers, where else? Strikers, where else? Midfielders, where else? Fullbacks, defenders, and even goalkeepers. Because you'll see sometimes, if the ball's at a keeper's feet and all the players are over the halfway line, a keeper will look up and say, do you know what, I'm going to take it 10, 15 metres forward. Once the defender comes in, I'm going to make a pass. So do you all now know what to do when I present this test to you? So if I come back in 3 months' time, you know what to do now, don't you? Yeah? Now, I guarantee, how many seconds do you think you're going to take off your score when you do this next time? 2 or 3 seconds easier. And that's the difference in getting picked up by a Premier League club or not. It's actually understanding what am I actually asking you to do. But what I was looking for was decision making. And me and Hayley were chatting off the camera, and we were wondering if you were going to actually take 1 touch out your feet or not. So when you go into football situations, think about it before you go in it. Does that make sense? Well done, guys. Over you go with Jamie that way. So I'll load up the whiteboard and I'm going to walk you through, and I'll actually show you what you couldn't see on the pitch, what the players were looking at. And this will help you understand a little bit. But this is all about attacking space. And if we have a little look at the actual topic, it's decision making like a pro and attacking space. So when we talk about decision making, and it's all around attacking space, we need to think about what we've got in front of us and how we're going to react. So I was currently here talking to all the players, and all the players were all stood here on that particular video. What we actually wanted the players to do was, I asked them in the drill, they were starting here with the ball, and I said to them, You've got to dribble up in between the cones, and it's your choice. You can either go left and all the way back, or they could go all the way up and they could go right and then all the way back. But the only rule was they had to dribble in between the two cones to begin with, so they had to start central. They had to go through the middle of the cones. Then they had to choose left or right. It was their decision. And the only other thing I said to them was, on the way back, you had to go through the cones in the middle, okay? Now, what we saw players with, on the way up, we seen players take in the region of 4 to 6 touches. We even seen one player take 7 or 8 touches. Also, we seen 98% of the players with the heads down, and we're like, guys, what are you doing? Like, you need to follow these instructions. And this is why a lot of players say to me, Coach, I'm ready to go for trials. I want to go to England and go on trials. And this is why I'm so reluctant to sending players on trials, because if you don't understand the fundamental basics of a drill like this, you're going to fail in your first 5 minutes of a trial. And this is why these coaches in the UK and Europe, they're there not to catch you out, but they're there just to test your knowledge, to see what your football IQ is. So when we talk about football IQ, we're talking about things like, when we say to you, you've got a ball there, you need to dribble up as fast as you can, go left to right, all the way around and all the way back through. And the aim of the game is to go as fast as you can. And we had a timer, and we said to them, the quicker you go, the more points you're going to score. And this is the whole point. First thing is, always in a game of football, regardless, you always need your head up. Once you look ahead and you know the rules of this little mini game or drill, you need to make sure you've made your decision on what you're going to do. Then, let's say you've made the right decision in your head. You're going, well, I've got 20 metres of space to attack. So I'm going to take one touch out my feet and sprint after that ball. Because remember, that ball moves a lot quicker than you. Then, 1 to 2 touches around the cone. Then 1 touch home. So all up, you're looking at roughly 3, maybe 4 maximum touches to do that. Now, a player who does it in 3 or 4 touches versus a player who takes 10 touches, who's going to be faster? Is it going to be player A taking 3 to 4 touches, or is it going to be player B who takes 10 to 12 touches? Drop it in the comments on YouTube for me. Who's going to go faster? Player A taking 3 to 4 touches, or player B 8, 9, 10 or more touches? Who's going to be faster? Drop the answers in the comments and I'm interested to see what you think. Now, we all should know that the answer is A, the player that takes the fewer amount of touches, because the ball will always move faster than you. Now, once you've made that decision early and you've understood that decision that you need to make, you'll be amazed that by making those quick decisions, your game is going to get quicker, you're going to get faster, and you're going to respond to situations so much quicker. And what you're going to build up is this football IQ, okay? Your football intelligence. It is going to build up really, really fast. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. That was our last one on today's call from the 3 sections that we were going to cover. As I said, we completed our football mental strength on Saturday, which was amazing, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. But I'm going to start running particular topics on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. And as ever, you can drop in the questions as well. Now, very quickly, to follow on from Saturday's call, if you go into Classroom, super excited for this one for you all. Football mental strength. If you click in any section now, you'll see there's a video at the top, and this one goes for 30 minutes. Dealing with parents, we could have a look at controllables. There is a 15-minute video, and mental toughness, because it's our largest section, it's got 2 videos, one of 28 minutes, another of 32 minutes. All of those videos are there to help you work through the football mental strength training program. Okay? If you think you know how to do it, you can ignore the video, get straight into this slide, and then start working through your slides. But if you want a little tip every now and again, you want to make sure you're on track, go to part 1, play the video, and watch it through. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring myself back up on the live screen. We are going to go again just for a very short break for 2 minutes. Again, quick toilet break, quick drink, get more pen and paper, and we've got our last section to go. This is my favourite part now. It gives you a chance to drop in some questions, anything football or soccer related, and I'm here to help you. So start dropping your questions in now, and we'll be back with you in the next couple of minutes.
You don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats Grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Ghost Grips, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slip down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch the goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my time, and these are featherweight and super comfortable.
Legend begins where heroes end.
Why are you still wearing those old clunky shin pads when you could be wearing these?
I used to struggle with shin guards sliding all game. These are a game changer. Put them on, you don't even notice them. They're comfortable, keep you going until finish.
It shows how fast you move on the pitch because it's stuck to the shin bone and does not slip and slide all around your shin.
No distractions, no readjusting, just focus on the match. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there. These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. What I like about these is you can wear them all day. Training, recovery, travel, they never lose shape. The material is soft and supportive. It's the perfect mix of comfort and performance.
Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome back for our last section of today's or tonight's live weekly coaching call. So hopefully you enjoyed those 3 mini sections. What we are going to start to do is, because of the lack of questions coming in from you all, we're going to start to do 2 to 3 sections in every live call, which will be relative to most players on the park. We are super excited. We're going to be bringing you some goalkeeper information on Thursday as well, which is going to be good for all of our goalkeepers on the platform. Again, if you can drop in any questions, if you want to ask any questions tonight before we finish off. If not, I am just going to flick back into my screen. I've got a couple of little things just to share with you. So if we just do our little screen control here. And we've been speaking to you a little bit, helping us on the school platform. Everyone's been engaging really, really well. Liking posts, writing posts on the community, posting videos. I want some of you guys to really start showing us your success stories a bit more. And remember, success stories is not, I scored 2 goals and we won 4-0. A success story might be, I've completed my wellness chart 4 weeks in a row. It might be, I've been following my match objectives successfully for 7 days in a row. So remember, focus on processes over outcomes. Now, we did showcase here that we've been trying to get inside the top 5 of the school communities. So for anyone who's not aware, there's 210,000 communities globally on the planet. And originally when we first started, we were 180,000 and we were outside the top 1,000 in sports. So we're going to have a little look at where we are currently overall, and I'm pretty sure we're in the top 40. And we are currently in 35th overall, which is a huge achievement. So out of 22 million people on the planet who are on school, and there's 210,000 communities, we are number 35. So that's a testament to you, our members and players and families on the platform. Now, what does that mean where we are on sports? So remember, we were like, last week we were in 5th place, and we said we wanted to be the #1 soccer or football platform on sports. And I'm pleased to tell everyone, we are now number 3 in sports, and we are the #1 soccer and football provider on the planet out of 210,000 communities. I believe, I've done a little bit of research, there's over 4,500 soccer-based, football-based communities, and we are the #1 community. Now, our next goal is to get to number 2 and then to number 1, and this is on the sports. But what you'll notice if you go into the overall, number 1 in sports is actually number 1 overall, and then the number 2 in sports is actually number 4 overall. So we've got a bit of work to do. To be able to get up into the number 2 spot for sports, we need to get into number 4 overall. And to be the number 1 for sports, we need to be the number 1 overall across all communities. So let's aim for number 4 first. That's our next target. And we are currently sat in 35th. So we've got 31 places to go. So how can you guys help us? Quite simple. You can go in to the platform. You can like, simply by liking the post, make a comment, and you can watch a video and then drop in a comment, and then bang, on it goes, and it's going to give you lots of points. So the more you engage on the platform, it's going to get you in a great position, okay, on the leaderboard. So currently on staff and team, we've got Jen, who's top of the 7-day leaderboard. She's top of the 30-day, and she is top on the all-time. But Jen is one of my staff members, so she should be up there. But our number 1 from players is still currently Khaleesi. Khaleesi has been out in front for a long time, and then closely followed by Xavier and Joshua Vela. And then we've got an interesting one, Obra, that's really kicking on in the past few days. And over the 7-day leaderboard, he's got himself into 5th position. So a big thank you for that one. I am going to drop back into our live screen just on here. So hopefully you guys can all see me now. So we don't appear to have any more questions, guys, but that's okay. We are coming close to the end of the call. As ever, guys, DM me in the school platform. Drop me messages if you want me to raise anything in Thursday's call. I will be coming up with 2 or 3 other topics for Thursday to cover off, just in case we don't have any more questions coming in. And I hope you all have an amazing Tuesday evening, whatever you're up to. If you're watching this back on the recording, I hope you enjoy it. And we look forward to seeing you all on our next live weekly coaching call this Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Australia, Brisbane time. It will be 8:30 a.m. UK time, and it's very early hours in the morning, the USA. I hope you're well, and I'll leave you with this.
You don't bunch up, you don't get sweaty. Simple as that.
One of the things I noticed about my Goats Grip socks is the grip runs across the whole panel, so there's no bunching or sliding in your boots.
These grip pads will help you not slip when you're going in for a tackle.
My old socks will get sweaty halfway through the game. Not with Goats Grip, they stay cool and dry from start to finish.
These guards are so lightweight, you forget they're even there, but they still give solid protection. It's like full freedom to play a game without that clunky feeling. I used to wear bulky guards that slipped down every game. These stay in place the whole time.
These shin pads are stretchy, durable, definitely not be ripping anytime soon.
Switch the goat sleeves now. They don't slip, they don't slide. Nice and snug, nice and tight.
It's crazy how light these things are. I've worn a lot of old school pads in my